In today's Wednesday worship workshop, we're going to look at Sus4 chords. In particular, we're going to look at the G Sus4 chord. If I said to you, how do you play a G chord, how would you finger it? Most people, when they play chords like a D, they tend to use the same fingering. But on a G chord, there are several different fingerings that people use. Sometimes people don't want to use their little finger, so they use fingers 1, 2 and 3 and do the G that way around. Sometimes people don't use their index finger, so they use fingers 3, 2 and 4. I've seen people using fingers 1, 2 and 4. And some people play a 4-fingered version of G. Second finger, first finger, third finger, fourth finger. When we play a G chord, it's made up of 3 different notes, what we call the root, the third and the fifth. What that means is the root is the first note of the scale, the third is the third note of the scale, and then the fifth note of the scale. So if we've got a G chord, G is going to be the root note. G, A, B will be the third. G, A, B, C, D will be the fifth. When we play that G chord there, we've got G, B, D, G, B, G. So although we're playing 6 strings, there are only 3 different notes. There's 3 G notes, 2 B notes, and 1 D note. When we do the Sus4 chord, what happens is, Sus stands for suspended, G suspended fourth. And what we do, we swap the third, we swap the B, and we play a C note instead, which is 1 fret higher. How do we do that? Let's first of all look at 2 fingerings. If we do the 4-fingered version of G, which is pretty popular these days, the B note is here where my index finger is. So I need to move that towards myself by 1 fret. So probably re-finger that. So I've got finger 1, finger 2, finger 3, finger 4, all at the 3rd fret. And hear the different sound. There's the G, here's the Sus4. So there's one way of doing the G Sus4 chord. The other way we're going to look at the G Sus4 chord is if we do this fingering of G without the index finger, because we're going to need that in a second to do something else. There's a bit of a problem with this G chord, doing the G Sus4, which is, remember, we need to sharpen the B, we need to move the B note towards ourselves by 1 fret. Problem with this, there are 2 Bs, there's one on the A string, and then there's the B string. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put my index finger on, swap that B for that C there. Trouble is though, because this other B down here, you get these 2 notes, and you can probably hear they kind of clash. There's the G chord. I'm going to put my index finger on to that Sus4 note, and I've lifted that finger off. So I'm losing that B note there on the 2nd string. What you'll probably find though is that this 3rd finger, because of the shape of your hand, that mutes that 2nd string as you drop your index finger on there. So we kind of lose that string anyway, so we can get away with that. So we've got 2 fingerings there for the G Sus4 chord. There's the 4-fingered G, that's the Sus4 version. Here's G without your index finger on, 2nd finger off. They sound slightly different because in this version the C note, the Sus4 note is there on the A string, whereas in this one the Sus4 is higher up in the chord on the B string. I've seen different worship leaders using both, either or both, so it's quite good to know both of them eventually. We're going to have a look at the song Adoration. And we're going to play a G Sus4, and we get to receive our adoration. Jesus, Lamb of God. So on the word adoration, we're going to do the Sus4 chord. And part of the reason we're going to do that is because the melody does that as well. When you sing, receive our adoration, it's actually a C note. Adoration. So it's kind of nice to put that in the chord as well. In this song we also have a D Sus4 chord in the middle 8 bit. Every soul you've saved sings out, and the D Sus4 is a regular D, and then you just put your little finger on the G there at the 3rd fret. So we'll have a go at playing Adoration, and we've got the 2 Sus4, G Sus4 and the D Sus4. Let's give it a try now. 3, 4. We bow our hearts, we lift our hands, we turn our eyes to you again, and we surrender to the truth that all we need is found in you. Receive our adoration, Jesus, Lamb of God. Receive our adoration, how wonderful you are. We choose to leave it all behind, turn our eyes towards the prize, the upward call of God in Christ. You have our hearts, Lord, take our lives. Receive our adoration, Jesus, Lamb of God. Receive our adoration, how wonderful you are. Every soul you saved sings out, everything you made resounds. Oh, creation standing now, lifting up your name. We're joining in the angels' song, gathered to your ancient throne. Children of Father's arms, shouting out your praise. Receive our adoration, Jesus, Lamb of God. Receive our adoration, how wonderful you are. G Sus4 is a pretty common chord. Look out for it in some other songs and start to use the G Sus4 chord. That's how you'll learn the muscle memory for that shape and get used to remembering to play it when you see it in songs. If you're interested in learning more, I've created a free 3-part worship guitar mini-series for you. To get instant access to this in your inbox, click the link below. Alternatively, if you're interested in receiving full and instant access to my online beginners worship guitar course, or you'd like more information about how to join one of my live face-to-face courses here in London, you'll also find that information below.